Listen carefully. I'm only going to tell this once. You wanted a Halloween story? Something real? Something that could actually happen? This is it. No ghosts, no demons. Just a night that went very, very wrong. It was Halloween night, and 4 friends, Evan, Tyler, Brooke, and Mia, decided they were too old for trick-or-treating, too restless for parties. They wanted a scare, a real one. And the one place in town guaranteed to deliver was the Holloway house, that old wreck on Maple Hollow Road. Everyone knew about it. No one went inside, but on Halloween night, with the streets full of costumes and candy, they thought they'd slip away unnoticed. They parked the car a couple blocks down, under a half-dead tree where no porch lights reached. They laughed at first, nudging each other, joking about how stupid this was. But as soon as they walked toward the house, the sound of kids yelling, "Trick or treat," faded behind them. The laughter from porches died away. It was like stepping out of Halloween and into something else entirely. The house leaned against itself, every window shattered, porch sagging so low it looked ready to collapse. Evan shoved the door. It groaned open like it had been waiting. Inside, the air was thick, sour with mold and rot, the kind of smell that made your stomach tighten. Every step made the floor creak, echoing too loudly. Brooke muttered, "This is so cliché," but her voice cracked a little. They split up almost immediately because that's what people do when they think nothing bad will actually happen. Evan took the stairs, flashlight beam bobbing across the warped steps. Tyler went down the hallway toward a closed door. Brooke pushed into the kitchen, disgust curling her lip at the sight of the refrigerator. Door hanging half off, shelves coated in black fuzz. Mia stayed in the front hall, clutching her phone like a lifeline. Brooke opened drawers, empty except one that stuck halfway. She yanked it free and a bundle of photographs spilled onto the floor. They were yellowed, edges curled, faces scratched out with something sharp. All except one, a girl, 12 years old, long dark hair, eyes staring too directly at the camera. Brooke crouched, picked it up, and for a second swore she felt heat radiating from the paper. She dropped it fast. Upstairs, Evan paused. The wood felt soft under his sneakers, spongy like it might give way. His flashlight flicked across peeling wallpaper, broken doors. At the far end, one door stood closed. The air near it was colder. He called softly down to his friends, but the only answer was the house itself, creaking in long, tired sighs. Then, a sound. Not below, not beside him, above him, a faint dragging across the ceiling. Tyler pressed his ear to the closed door downstairs. Behind it, faint voices. Not words, not clear, just a murmur. He twisted the knob. It stuck, then turned, and the door gave way to a room stripped bare, except for one wooden chair in the center. Rope lay coiled on the floor, dark stains across the grain. He froze, throat dry, pulled the door shut again. When he rejoined the others later, he didn't mention what he'd seen. Mia shifted nervously in the hall, chewing her lip. She hated silence, so she muttered to herself, scrolling her phone. She jumped when Brooke touched her shoulder, shoving the photograph into her hand. Mia stared at the girl's face. Sharp, too sharp for a child. She said, "We should leave. Right now." Her voice shook, but the others weren't ready. Upstairs, Evan reached the last door. He hesitated, breath clouding faintly in the air. He twisted the knob. The door opened just a crack, and from inside came breathing. Not one person, many. A chorus of quiet breaths, waiting. He backed away fast, but the floor groaned, loud enough to echo. The breathing stopped. He slammed the door shut and ran. The others heard him scream before they saw him. Heavy footsteps thundered down the stairs. His face was pale, wild. He gasped, pointing back the way he'd come, but no words came. That was enough. They bolted. Out the house, across the leaves, not daring to look behind. They reached the car, piled inside, locked the doors, hearts pounding, gasps filling the space. Finally, Evan spoke. They were all in there. People, just sitting, staring. He described the chairs, dozens of them, Every seat filled, faces blurred, melted, wrong, but all eyes fixed on him. And at the front, the girl from the photo. Same hair, same sharp stare, alive, waiting. They tried to laugh it off later, called it Halloween jitters, tricks of the light, but none of them slept well. And 2 weeks later, Evan stopped coming to school. His parents claimed he was sick. Then they stopped answering the door. When someone finally checked, the house was empty. Dinner plates still set, food half-eaten, family gone. In his room, carved deep into the plaster, were rows of faces, childlike drawings, all with eyes scratched out, except one, a girl, 12 years old, staring straight ahead. And here's the part that makes this more than just a story. A few months later, a neighbor cleaning out old files found a police report from decades ago. A girl, 12 years old, went missing from that house. Name Anna Holloway. Last seen sitting on the porch Halloween night, waiting for her father. She was never found. They say if you go to the Holloway house and open the last door upstairs, you'll see them too. Rows of silent figures, heads snapping toward you all at once. And at the front, Anna, watching, waiting. So you wanted a Halloween story. There it is. Real enough to keep you from ever stepping foot on Maple Hollow Road. And if you do, don't open the last door.